we are live, I believe. Um, yeah, I apologize for that. For some reason, went live, started the live stream, and then for some reason, I was dropping frames up to like 80%. so, so I had to restart it, and yeah. So hopefully the link didn't change. I do apologize for that, but we're good now. So hopefully everyone's doing well. Again, a lot going on in the world, but hopefully everyone's staying safe. There's quite a few things that I'd like to touch on. I actually mentioned this in the last Saturday Night Circuit, but it will be somewhat migrating to a different type, away from a question and answer type deal. But this is going to be the last one in regards to me actually being here in the Q&A sense. For anyone that's not aware, I will be relocating. No, I'll still be in Circuit. I've heard people ask, what about Circuit? What's going on with Circuit? But no, I'll still be around in the project. I'll just be in a different location. So I'm having to move everything, pack up everything, and yeah, it's very time consuming. So if anyone has any questions whatsoever, please let me know. We'll be covering quite a few topics, and it was highly recommended, or not, well, it was, a lot of people wanted to see more of the crypto analysis. Again, since this will be my last one for quite some time, I thought it'd be cool just to cover over the analysis side again. Just some, I guess, different statistics that I came up with, something to be on the lookout for in the near future. And yeah, so we will cover over the circuit hosted races will be one of the big things that we're going to do. Again, Amazu, thank you so much for being here. Great to see you. If anyone has any questions whatsoever, please let me know. But yeah, so we will be covering over, and I wrote down a few things in regards to the circuit faucet. I actually just took a look at the master nodes that are being hosted within, like, people that are hosting circuit master nodes, and it's just grown so much. It's just very awesome to see. Again, the crypto analytics, will be covering that as well. The circuit shop. And then there are a few things in regards to, I'm not sure if anyone saw, like SpaceX, it did launch about a week ago, but there were people that were using it for, I guess, the wrong reason. There were different scams that were going on. So I'd like to also cover some of those that are going on. Queen Kid, thanks so much for being here. Yeah, so scams are definitely turning into a really big thing. The more that crypto grows, the higher that Bitcoin goes, and it's done this in the past numerous times. People are going to be scamming other people. It's never fun to see that, but you just have to be very careful. It's very easy to be scammed in the sense that they're definitely becoming smarter the way that they're actually scamming people. It's not so much just blatant in your face, I'm going to take your money. They're really putting in a lot more work to scam people. So covering that, and then also I know people were looking into the POS pool. This is basically just a staking area. Anyone's not familiar with the POS pool, proof of stake pool, you can put your money into or your cryptocurrency into a website. They'll stake it for you, and then you reap the benefit of the rewards off the blockchain. It looks like POS pool was actually hacked. They haven't gone over the extent of the hacking, how much money they've lost, how much cryptocurrency they've lost, but I'm sure it was very detrimental to them, and I'm sure it's really hurt their, it really hurt their reputation. And it happens, it's unfortunate, things like this do happen, but just being on the lookout for that. So, in other words, Circuit, definitely a lot coming in the near future. I do have a concept art that was created by Dan. He covers all of our graphics. We also do have a promo code within the faucet right now. I'll just go ahead and switch over to the Circuit faucet. So you can see that we've gone over 10,000 payouts in the Circuit faucet. Because of this, that we've reached over 10,000 community payouts, the promo code, all caps, Circuit 10,000, can actually be used in the promo code area, and you'll receive up to an additional 500 Circuit for free. Thank you so much for being here. But yeah, so free circuit is always an awesome thing. We will be having a Bitcoin giveaway at the end of this live stream. Once the last live stream closed, it dawned on me that we didn't do the $5 Bitcoin giveaway. So we will be doing that along with another one, so $10 in Bitcoin altogether. And again, it's really just covering a lot of things. For anyone that may be questioning what's going to occur with the Saturday Night Circuit live stream, is it going to continue? It will continue. It's going to be slightly different. It's not going to be so much in the form that it is right now. Now, this isn't going to be the way it is forever. It will migrate back to how we're doing it now. But again, since I will be relocating, there will be slight changes. So with the circuit hosted races, again, this was a question of what's going to occur. I actually do have a concept art right here. So this is the concept art, and when I say concept art, this isn't the finalized piece, but this is the concept art of the circuit races that will take place. Now, the reason that it just has the track and the 3 vehicles is it's showcasing the 3 vehicles that an individual can select from when taking part in the race. So you do have the Audi, you have the Porsche, and then we have the Corvette. All of them have the circuit wraps on them. What's going to take place, and we're currently in the works of it right now, is there will be a hosting. So someone will actually host all the drivers. They'll have the ability to select one of these vehicles. And I mean, it's pretty much straightforward. There's going to be a race. So myself and Dan were doing tests. And wow, so much fun. like I have to say, and I told this to Dan throughout the testing, like, this project is so much fun. It's amazing. Yeah, there's a lot of back end work, and the staff works very hard, and I'm more than appreciative of that. But when it actually comes down to, all the documentation's created, all the marketing plans, all the plans all together are completed, you actually get to do what the project is, and it's racing these souped up vehicles. It is such a good time. Oh man, Dan and I, we were racing the Porsche, and then we switched over to the Audi, and it was just a great time. It really was. So I'm really excited for that. Basically, what's going to take place is Forza 7 is a large competitive racing game. I'm sure everyone's familiar with Forza. If it's Forza Horizon, which that's been showcased on circuit, we have a lot of wraps for people that race in Forza. Now, Forza Motorsport 7 is where the racing will take place. The way that Saturday Night Circuit is going to migrate is that during these races, they will be live streamed from an individual that is spectating, so everyone will be able to see the action. And man, it's so much fun. It's just all like this project is truly awesome. It really is. This is one of the most, if not the most, entertaining project to be a part of. So it's just really exciting to see that this is about to take off. So what's currently scoped out for is not next Saturday, but the Saturday afterwards will be when the first race takes place. Again, that is what's currently marked, but it can change. Now, in regards to someone that's spectating and to actually showcase it on the YouTube channel, it may be slightly different in regards to maybe not that Saturday, but the Saturday afterwards, or so, like in some way that. So, covering over that. For again, we do have the circuit merchandise that is up. You can buy the shirt. I'm currently wearing the shirt. Definitely love the shirt. Can't wait to get a hoodie. It's a little too hot right now for a hoodie, but when it cools off, we do have stickers, hats, and the bag. Now, in regards to the products for the games, you can buy any of these games with Circuit. You can also use Fiat as well, but Circuit is primarily the highlighted currency. So with any of these games, you can use Circuit at checkout. It brings a lot of utility to Circuit. Really excited for that. We have covered over the Circuit faucet. One thing that I do want to show is the Vault Watch. So Vault Watch gives us a good idea in regards to people that want the return on investment. Tim, thank you so much for being here. Just really covering over the different things that's going to occur in Circuit in the near future. I've covered over how Saturday Night Circuit will migrate to a different it won't be so much a Q&A or question and answer. It will be really just whoever's spectating the circuit hosted races will be able to put that on the YouTube channel. So really excited for that. Again, we will be covering over cryptocurrency analysis. I know this is really requested. People, and it's funny, so on the Lone Wolf Day Trading YouTube channel, there's a lot of people that message, especially on one video where I gave a really gritty review on a broker that you could use for stock trading. People, of course, had their own ideas in regards to it, but for the most part, it's very positive, and a lot of people have reached out and want more stock trading advice. So that it's really cool to see. But in regards to this live stream, we will be doing over cryptocurrency analysis. I've run a lot of numbers. It didn't really take me that long since I do it all the time, but the return on investment is wild. For a circuit, what I ran with the projected numbers, you're looking at 16,000 times your investment. It's not 16,000. Pretty much your initial investment, you would multiply that by 16,000 if it were to be at the price right now. So a lot of people look at that, and you can make a lot of money, but that's not saying you would invest 50 cents and become a millionaire. A lot has to do with the actual initial investment. I think that's one piece a lot of people don't really look at. A lot of people, they see these very cheap, and when I say cheap, I just mean very low price coins, and they buy $5 worth, and they think they're going to make $1 million. That's not the way that works. I think one thing that people are really missing out is the return on investment piece. That's what you have to look at. So people that want to buy Bitcoin and think they're going to make $1 million, you have to look at your initial investment. If you do an initial investment of $5,000 and think you're going to make $1 million off Bitcoin, it won't happen. Not in this decade. Maybe way down the line. If Bitcoin were to actually become like the gold reserve, then it's a possibility. But I ran the numbers in my head, and you're looking at Bitcoin at around like $400,000 a coin if it were to become the gold standard. But again, the return on investment of Bitcoin opposed to other cryptocurrencies like Circuit, you really wouldn't be making too much. So Circuit at 16 is like 16,700 times. So every dollar that you invest in Circuit would be over $16,000, which is really wild to think. Like that's wild. But going off of what we see, like what was seen in 2017, there's definitely a lot of potential there. And you can even see right here in the Masternode statistics. So what's shown to us right now is your return on investment if the Satoshi price never changed. So if it stayed at 1 sat for a lifetime, which obviously won't happen, but if it did, then you're seeing that we currently have 91 active masternodes, which is awesome. We're not even a year old yet, and we have 91. That's really great. You're looking at the annual return of almost $250, but again, that's over 500%. So 500%, you don't see that every day. You definitely will never see that in mutual funds. You'll never see that in bonds. There's so many things you'll never see that in. Even in the stock market, you may see it in like a penny stock, but for the most part, you see all these people that are saying, if you would have bought Netflix 10 years ago, if you bought Amazon 10 years ago, but no one says if you bought Bitcoin 10 years ago. And that, I believe Amazon and Netflix put together still isn't as high as Bitcoin if you were to first invest, and I mean when it actually took place of 5,000 Bitcoin for $5. Yeah, so Amazu, I actually I covered on that a little bit earlier, and you can actually see it right here. So we were definitely looking into it, the simple POS, but unfortunately the simple POS, what I've seen so far is they were hacked, and it's actually shown on their Discord that they were hacked. So we definitely want to expand out to Masternode hosting, which we were into. And the thing is, with cryptocurrency, there's just so many changes that are happening. With us about to hit a year old, that's a really big milestone. Just in the fact that there's a lot of projects that don't make it that long. Simple POS was hacked. There's several other projects that have been discontinued because of however. The Masternode hosting site, and goodness, I can't even think of the name, but it was discontinued. No one lost money in Circuit, so everyone's investment was protected, but they did discontinue their service, and that's really the understand or. Yeah, absolutely, Mazu. Yeah, I mean, we'll continue to look into it because I see for anyone that's using a mobile device, you don't have the ability to like reap the benefit of the rewards from the blockchain because you don't have the desktop wallet. Excuse me. So I see how a staking pool would be very beneficial because you have the ability to do that. But we just want to make sure everyone's investment is protected. When we ever go to a third party, and third party meaning really any other service instead of our own, there's always that risk. You know, we like to think that a lot of projects are, you know, they have the best intent at heart or in mind, but especially with cryptocurrency and how it's expanding and how it will in the next year, people can get very greedy very fast. And, you know, we've seen that. BitConnect would be a really good example. I mean, we don't know if they're legit to start with, but they had they really had the public really looked to it as a really good way to make a great investment. But then they did the exit scam, millions of dollars were stolen. So, you know, but that was back when cryptocurrency was starting to really bounce upwards. So when they have all this coin, and then it's going up, you know, 10 times, 100 times, then they see all this currency they actually hold, you know, they could always do the wrong thing and steal people's money. So, but yeah, so we do have the 91 master nodes. The annual reward is currently at 500%. Again, that's if it never changed. So if it stayed at 1 Satoshi, then you would make 500% on your investment. Of course, Bitcoin will go up. The Satoshi value will go up. So if the Satoshi value is currently at 1, it goes to 2. That means that your annual reward just turned into 1,000%. And it's that simple. It really is. And I think that's something that a lot of people look over is they're looking so much at these projects, the top 10, Litecoin, of course, Bitcoin, XRP. And, you know, they're excited if XRP goes to $1. But if it goes to $1, that's only 5 times your money if you were to buy it at 20 cents. But compared to these other projects, if they go from 1 Bitcoin Satoshi, which is not even a penny, and it goes up to 10 Bitcoin Satoshi, which is still not, it's like a tenth of a penny, you still made 10 times your money just like that. So that's something that a lot of people should focus on is the smaller projects, the altcoins. Granted, any other coin other than Bitcoin is an altcoin, but that's where you're going to make a lot of your money. For this being my last stream for quite some time, there's a lot of information that I want to give in regards to the investing side. I think a lot of people can benefit from it. And again, it's my last one, so it'll be interesting to see how this information transfers from this date to, you know, sometime in the near future. Yeah, there's actually a lot of things. I was looking at a lot of coins. I actually ran a lot of numbers, and I'm not a professional, you know, finance giver guy. I always do this disclaimer or whatever, but you know, I have invested a lot. I've been in the investing field for a long time. However, stock market, and then all these different types. A few projects that I did select, I believe one's up 5 times in like a month. The other one's up like 2.5 in like a month or so. There was 2 investments I did at the same time. They just look good. So, and then overall within a long time ago, I used to show my portfolio what I had. I no longer do that because I just don't. But it's crazy to see when I really got back into the investing side of cryptocurrency about a year and a half ago. It's really grown exponentially. So a lot of people think that you know, I'm really confident with the picks that I have, or really confident with the investing side. And yes, I will have to say that I am, because I put thousands of hours into this. It's not so much confidence, it's just knowing what you're looking for, knowing what you're doing. One thing that I like to kind of put it like an example to is anyone that's seen speed running in video games. It's kind of a weird analogy, but it's just wild to see these people that play this game and they beat it in like 10 minutes opposed to you beating it in 24 hours. But they've just done it so many times and they've seen the same thing over and over and over. It just becomes second nature. And it's kind of the same thing with investing. A lot of people think that investing is this very difficult thing, but it's just understanding the different variables that come along with it. Once you've seen different people react to certain things, or human nature in general when it comes to greed or fear and how it's reacted, you just kind of can see how it can translate to future events. So kind of like when Bitcoin broke 10,000, I had called that out the week before on a Saturday night circuit. It occurred, and then we talked about it on the next Saturday night circuit. But again, what was mentioned is it'll break over 10,000, it'll pull back down. And the reason it is because when it's breaking over 10,000, a lot of people are taking profits. A lot of people are starting short positions. There's a lot of selling that's occurring. So it's just different variables like that. So, but yeah, so the masternodes have achieved over 91. We do have a current return on investment of 500%. Let me go ahead and take a look. So anyone that may have missed, we do have the concept art right here. This is for the Saturday night circuit, or pretty much the circuit hosted competitive races. We do have 3 vehicles. They do have the circuit wrap on them. People will be able to choose from these vehicles, these 3 select vehicles during the races, which is really an awesome thing. It really brings the project to life, and it's an awesome time. I mean, the testing for the races was awesome. Being able to select what tracks that would be selected for the race, the vehicles, actually, driving them and racing against other people was definitely a great time, and it really just shows what this project is all about. So again, we have broke over 10,000 community payouts in the faucet, awarding over 325,000 circuit to the community. If you use promo code circuit, all caps, 10,000 in the promo code area, you can be rewarded up to an additional 500 circuit. So I definitely take advantage of that, especially if you're wanting to grow your cryptocurrency portfolio. Circuit obviously is the number one choice. And again, I'm not saying buy this coin. I give you a lot of reason of why this is a great investment. I've done it several times, but just because the innovation is an untapped market, it's an untapped 10 billion plus industry within the competitive racing field. And I'm not even covering the gaming side of it. If you were to incorporate the gaming side of it, you're looking at additional billions of dollars. So just the racing industry of itself, NASCAR and Formula One by themselves is over $10 billion. That's not going into people that actually use any type of aftermarket parts, any type of other genre of racing. If it's dragster, which is very expensive, racing in general is just very expensive. Then you want to look at the competitive racing side of it. When it comes to any type of competitive racing game, there's an additional billions of dollars. There's a lot of money that's that's really wrapped up into competitive racing. So I did cover the shop as well. We do have the print shop, and we do have the games that can be purchased with Circuit within the Circuit website. Let me go over and switch over to the cryptocurrency analysis. I was actually just doing a slide analysis on just a side note, really, projects that people wanted to invest in. Of course, Circuit's always my number one because obviously it just makes sense. But for anyone that wanted to make a good amount of your return on investment, you would not look at the top 10. I've said this plenty of times. I'll continue to say it. If you want your return on investment to be peak, you will not solely or primarily invest in the top 10. And people could argue about that all day. Well, what if Bitcoin went up to $100,000? Yeah, it sounds good, $100,000, but you didn't buy Bitcoin at $2. You bought it at currently almost $9,700. So you're looking at a little bit more than 10 times your investment, which compared to other cryptocurrencies, especially in 2017, you're looking at 500 times, 1,000 times. There's projects Like again, Circuit is with the projected numbers over 16,000 times your money. But again, it goes back to videos that were posted in YouTube back in 2009, 2010. People saying buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. Everyone thought it was a scam. No one did it, and now they're like, why didn't I do it? It's somewhat the same thing, but I think people need to start pulling back from the top 10 and just focusing on the top 10. I think a reason people do this is because they feel more secure in their investment. But you just have to remember there's a lot of variables that play along with it. You can look at Litecoin. Charlie Lee, the creator of Litecoin, primarily sold all of his Litecoin. And a lot of people think that he left the project for that. But there is a Litecoin Foundation. So that's been mentioned in the past. So he's still with Litecoin, but he doesn't hold Litecoin. He sold all of it. You can look at XRP. The executive members are dumping XRP on their community. Tether obviously will stay $1. So, why would you do that? There's just a lot of variables that people aren't taking into play. They just look at the top 10 and see it's in the $1 billion plus amount in regards to the market cap, and they think that their investment is solely secured. But there's so many different things that can happen. So, and also the top 10 has changed so much throughout the years. So one thing that is definitely good to mention is the top 10 primarily used to consist of projects that are only $1 billion plus market cap. You can see the market cap right here. But you actually see now it goes down to the 17th place at Tron, still $1 billion project somehow. So, and actually it looks like 18 is about to break into $1 billion project. So there's a lot that's pushing. The last Saturday night live stream, we actually went over the projected amount of Bitcoin at the break of the all-time high. The number I came up with was $27,000, which is definitely not far-fetched, and that's only going off of what occurred in 2017. So I definitely believe when Bitcoin breaks over 20,000, there's going to be a lot of selling that occurs. There's a lot of people that are holding Bitcoin that bought it at $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, and they may want to just get out of the investment altogether. But there will always be a pullback, especially when you're breaking a really clean whole number as 20,000. Granted, when Bitcoin broke to the all-time high in 2017, it wasn't 20,000 on the dot. It was like 20,100 something, or it may have been a little bit more than that. But still, 20,000 is that nice whole number. So definitely be on the lookout for that. I know a lot of people have been asking for exact picks in cryptocurrency. Like they actually want to know like my exact picks, which is definitely a hard thing to do. One, because a Circuit is my big pick. Also, I've had people that wanted to pay me in the past to put together their investing portfolio. I didn't take it just because they weren't paying me enough. There's a lot of work that goes into it. I mean, there truly is. It sounds very like simplistic when I'm talking about it, just because this is what I do a lot of the time. So it's pretty, easy to look at the numbers, get an idea. But different, things that you want to look at is going to be the exchanges that the cryptocurrency is on. What's the max cap? What's the circulating supply? What was the previous all-time high in 2017 is a big one to look at. From there, people like to calculate straight off of what the price was at that time and what it can be. But a big thing that they're not looking at is what was the circulating supply in 2017 and what is the circulating supply 3 years past that. That's a big thing because when the circulating supply grows, if the demand doesn't grow, then of course the price is going to go down. So I actually want to go ahead and start the Bitcoin giveaway of actually there's going to be two of them. We'll do one $5 Bitcoin giveaway right now. And then right at the end of the live stream, we'll do another $5 Bitcoin giveaway. Let me go ahead and switch back over to the homepage. Let me go ahead and bring up all right, so we're going to start the $5 Bitcoin giveaway. We will do the number 1 through 100 right now. So within the chat, if you could please provide a number 1 through 100. This is going to be for $5 in Bitcoin. It'll be sent to you momentarily after the live stream. I'll go ahead and bring up the number generator. There we are. There we are. We'll make it on a bigger screen. All right. Soryu, thank you so much for being here. Great to see you. Again, we're going to do the $5 Bitcoin giveaway. There'll be another one that takes place at the end of the live stream. If you could please put a number in the chat, 1 through 100. Whoever's the closest to this number that is generated, as you can see right here, it's going to be generate one random number between 1 and 100. It's currently on 52, so you know, that might help out some people selecting a number. But we'll give it a few minutes. Again, a number between 1 and 100. The person with the closest number will win $5 in Bitcoin. And we will be doing another $5 in Bitcoin giveaway at the end of the live stream. So we'll give it a few minutes, and then we will do the number generator. All right, so Soryu has 65. Oh, yeah. Did you have to work, or Mazu has 50? Thank you for that. Queen Kitten has 35. So anyone that isn't familiar or didn't hear earlier in the live stream, this will be my last live stream in regards to the question and answer. I do have a business trip that I'm having to go on, and I'll be gone for quite some time. The project is not going to die. That was something that was asked what's going to happen to Circuit, but Circuit is more than just myself. Anyways, I will have access to, like, I'm just relocating. It's not like I'm, you know, leaving the project or anything like that. So Ghost has put 10. Thank you for that. We'll give it another 60 seconds, and we will do the number generator. The Saturday night Circuit live streams will start to migrate over to the live streaming of the Circuit hosted races, which is definitely going to be an awesome thing. Thank you, Soryu. Yeah, again, it's not permanent. It will go back to how it is now, but we will be transitioning to hosting the Circuit races, which will be really awesome to watch. So it'll definitely be a good time. I'm sure we'll implement you know, different things in regards to like giveaways. Of course, the drivers that do take place in the race will be winning different prizes. So, all right, so I think we've locked in. We have 65, 50, 35, and 10. Okay, so let me go ahead and move this out of the way. All right, voting has ended. All right, here we are. So we have the numbers, and it's going to be generating one random number between 1 and 100, and let's go. So 5. So it looks like Ghost was the closest at 10. Congratulations. That was a close one. It looks like there's a lot by the 5s. So we have 10, 35, 50, 65. But congratulations to Ghost for winning $5 in Bitcoin. Whenever you're able, if you can send me your Bitcoin address, and I'll take it down in my notepad, and I'll send that slightly after the live stream. Again, if anyone has any questions whatsoever, please let me know. Again, the second $5 Bitcoin giveaway will be taking place probably in about 30 minutes. The live stream isn't going to be lasting too long just because I do have to pack and there's a few other things. Someone else can take it. Okay, so if you want to give it away, we can, well, I mean, I guess we would go to the next number closest to, did I close it out? I think I closed it out. So I think we selected 5, so the next closest number is 35. So Queen Kitten has won $5 in Bitcoin. So congratulations, and thank you, Ghost, for giving that over to someone else. At your earliest convenience, if you could please send me your Bitcoin address. If you do not have one, you can message me after the live stream, and then I'll be more than happy to get you set up with that. Also, another thing that I do highly request, or I'm sorry, not request, I do recommend to anyone that does not use Exodus. Exodus is a cryptocurrency wallet. I highly suggest using Exodus. Exodus, you actually have the ability to store a lot of your cryptocurrencies on there. You can exchange cryptocurrencies in there. You can buy cryptocurrencies in there. I've used it for almost 3 years now, if not 3 years. So, okay, sounds good. But yeah, congratulations on that. But yeah, so the Exodus wallet, you can just Google Exodus wallet. It's a cryptocurrency wallet. And I highly would recommend anyone downloading that. You can keep a lot of cryptocurrency there. And it actually shows you the rate that it goes at in regards to, if you're holding one Litecoin, it'll show how much that Litecoin is. It'll show you how much your whole portfolio is worth. So it's definitely a really good wallet. So that I've experienced in the last 3 years. So again, I always say this, but if anyone has any questions, please let me know. We were talking in regards to cryptocurrency analytics, different investing strategies. The reason I'm really harping on the investing strategies and just investing in crypto altogether is because we're going to start seeing a really big spike in cryptocurrency, in my belief. I think we're really going to start seeing a big push in Bitcoin. We'll start seeing a big push in really all projects. So right now is really prime time to get your portfolio together and really start building it up before it becomes very expensive. I know some projects that I was investing in 2.5 years ago, I think it was like, yeah, it was about 2.5 years ago. They started at 9 cents, and this is just one cryptocurrency in general I'm thinking of, but it started at 9 cents, and once I invested at 9 cents, it went up to 48 cents. And now it's about half a penny. So, so it's very volatile. Don't get me wrong, crypto can be very volatile, but it can be very volatile on the upside as well. So being able to invest when it was 9 cents, it went to 45 cents. That's already 5 times my money, and I believe that was in the span of a week. And there's not a lot of people that make 500% on their investment in a week's time. So that's why I'm really harping on people that need to, like, people, I really recommend people to start investing in cryptocurrency. Again, not financial advice, but personally, what I've seen in the past with cryptocurrency, there's a lot of money that can be made. It's over a $200+ billion industry, and that's just right now. Back in, and we can actually take a look right here, but back in 2017-18, we're up to $818 billion. Almost $1 trillion industry, which is huge. So if we were to actually take the numbers and mark it back to almost $1 trillion industry, I mean, that's a lot of money that's being pushed into. I mean, you can even look at the 24-hour volume. Let me switch back over to the desktop screen. But if we actually put it right here, if I can get around the top, the 24-hour volume is $43 billion in 24 hours. I mean, that's huge. It's going to continue to grow. There's just so much potential. And we can see where we came from. This was actually the break of the all-time high right here in 2013-ish. But, we can see where it came from being about $1 billion industry, which is still really big, a little less than $1 billion at some points, but really growing up to where it is. And that's one reason that I can't. Wait, what are you talking about, Tim? Oh, okay, I got it. Okay, I got it. Funny guy. But where we came from in the cryptocurrency world, and then now where we are at, I mean, there's so much potential, and that's why I highly recommend anyone downloading the Exodus wallet. That's just because once you actually put cryptocurrency in that wallet, you can exchange it for several different cryptocurrencies. So let's say you put in USD coin or Tether. I believe Tether's in there as well. And let's say you have $200 of Tether, then you can actually exchange it for several other cryptocurrencies within that one wallet. Again, a lot of the cryptocurrencies, if not all of them that are in there, they're very well known. There's a lot of I guess there's just a lot of standards that they have to exceed to actually be placed on the Exodus wallet, but not saying that all of them are top 10 or all of them don't have a great return on investment. Again, two of the investments that I did, one was 5 times in about a month, the other was 2.5, are both in the Exodus wallet. So there are great investment opportunities in the Exodus wallet, but a lot of the investment opportunities that you'll find that are really going to make a great return on investment are going to be the ones that are either newer or not very publicized. Of course, Circuit obviously on that list, but there are numerous others that could have a good return on investment. So go ahead and switch back over to the rankings. Again, another thing that you want to look at when you're looking at cryptocurrency is going to be if it's a coin or a token. That's actually really important. Tokens, and there are some tokens that have some weird mining thing that I just came across, but for the most part, when you create a token, all your tokens are put into an existence in the beginning, unlike a coin where your circulating supply will gradually grow depending on what you've actually put in the blockchain. Another thing that you want to look out for is the exit scam blockchains. What you'll see in these is you'll see this huge return on investment, talking about 10,000 percent return on investment at every block in the blockchain. I've seen that a lot, and basically what that's doing is the founders of the cryptocurrency are able to gain so much coin. So once it actually becomes more publicized and people actually start buying into it, they just dump everything onto the market. That's definitely a big thing that you want to look out for. The way that Circuit has positioned itself is the first block, or the first phase in the blockchain, was 750 coins a block, and then we ramped it up to 1,000 after a 6-month period. The reason we did this is because it gave everyone 6 months to gain word of Circuit and start investing and really growing their portfolio. It wasn't so much it started at, let's say, 10,000 Circuit a block or something. The way that it is set up is it's 750 for 6 months estimated. Again, it's all in block time. 750 goes over to 1,000, goes over to 800, goes over to 600, then it goes 500, 250, and 100. Somehow I memorized that. I don't know. But the way that we've done that is because it's a gradual change. Also, individuals that hold a masternode, which I always continue to push the masternode technology, is because, again, we can see right here, the active masternodes have gone up to 91, and the way that it's positioned within the return on investment, or I guess the return on the block, is going to be every time that percentage changes, more of the reward is going to go to the masternode holders. The reason that this occurs is because masternode holders have stake in the company or the project. Whenever you have a masternode, you're actually locking 500,000 Circuit. So by them actually locking 500,000 Circuit, they're basically securing their spot within the project. We can actually see that 45.5 million coins have been locked into masternodes, which is really awesome to see. You can see the masternode price is less than $50, which is really, really cheap. And your return on investment is almost $250. So it just makes sense. you know, it gets the. I guess it's like you've seen it happen so many times, and it's unfortunate that larger, and this is the case for a lot of things, but larger YouTube channels or larger, however, are normally the ones that gain more notoriety. I understand why, is because they've somewhat really created like this positive scope or look for themselves, but it's unfortunate that larger channel or smaller channels really aren't given as much notoriety, even though those are the ones that I believe are working 10 times harder. So, I've said a lot in the past in regards to return on investment, what's going to happen in cryptocurrency. Not a lot of people are really taking heed or listening, which is perfectly fine because, I guess people want to listen to the guy that is showing off his Ferrari that he basically rented out for the video or whatever. But really what I'm trying to focus on, one is Circuit, and I actually told Tim this. We were talking about return on investments, and he just told me to get Circuit to $1. So that's one of my primary goals, is getting this project up to $1 a coin. There's going to be a lot of work that goes into this, but I've even said this in the past. I'm not happy with Circuit being at $100 million market cap, or being at a $5 million market cap. That's too low. We have to put our numbers higher than that. There's a lot more potential from this project than just a million or 10 million or 50 million. We're going much higher than that, and $1 would place us around. I would say at the next all-time break, it would place us around 500 million to about $1 billion industry. And I believe this is 100% possible, just because Circuit is the pinnacle of innovation in cryptocurrency space. It's the first competitive racing cryptocurrency. There's a lot of things that Circuit has achieved, the first of its kind in cryptocurrency. Again, we have a very diverse, knowledgeable, passionate team, and I'm very thankful for everyone that is on the Circuit team. Again, with the analytics of Circuit, a lot of them were run with myself, along with other individuals, Digi, Dan, and we were able to see where other coins fell short and where they may have succeeded. So the way that we built the blockchain on Circuit is really taking a lot of feedback that occurred throughout the last, at the time, I would say 8-9 years of cryptocurrency, and really scoping it to what's the best for the community. I just covered over the rewards per block or per phase in the blockchain, and the way that those were labeled out is really giving reward back to the community. It wasn't so much me as a founder or Dan or Digi as founders were able to just hoard as much Circuit as we could, and then once the community started buying, then it would be this huge dumper. However, the way that it's positioned is that we've made it where the first 6 months was put at 750, and a lot of people that don't know the back end of cryptocurrency, or maybe how it works, which is completely understandable. Some crazy stuff going on. That's the perk of living near Baltimore. I guess it's a perk, but it was pushed at 750. So people that aren't familiar with the blockchain, there has to be a coin that's continuously revolving to keep the blockchain going. There has to be coin that is matured to keep it going. There's a lot of projects that say there was no pre-mine, and within the blockchain, I can see what they're saying when it actually comes to like the GitHub, where there's no, I forget what it's actually written out as, but it'll say like block 1 equals however. I could see it saying no pre-mine, but in the case there's always a pre-mine. There has to be a pre-mine. Not saying that there, again, is one in the code. I'm just saying that there has to be an individual that's actually breaking in through the proof of work to actually get the chain going, holding coin that then becomes matured to actually break through the next block in the chain. So there's little things like that. And really to go along with that, if you look at oil companies, a lot of oil companies way back in the day used to say that like our freight or our the vehicles that actually move the oil are double layered. And there's a lot of things like this that occur all the time. But they would say that their trucks are double layered for more protection because we want to protect the wildlife and the fish and all that. And it's a really good marketing mechanic. But the thing is, by law they have to have the double. They have to have the double sealant or however. So it's not like they were doing the world a favor. They just had to by law, and it sounded good. From the marketing stance that they're wanting to protect the environment and stuff. So it's just really subtle things like that you have to really look out for. For any project that you want to invest in, if it were circuit, if it's however, really just look at the finer details of it. You always just want to make sure that you're really digging down and looking at the project from what their community looks like. You want to look at the circulating supply. If I actually go back over to, let's go to the top 10. But like the circulating supply is a really, really, really big thing. And the reason that I say the circulating supply is a big thing is because that's the way that you're actually able to base off what the value may be in the near future. Granted, as time progresses, we're actually able to get a better idea of where it will be from the previous prices. 2017, yes, it was a really wild ride, but it still gave us an idea of a breakthrough in reality of what these prices could be again. So, if we take like Litecoin, for example, a Litecoin went up to about, I think it was, it was like $350 a coin, around that area. So, but now we see that it's back down to $46. But about, I would say 4 months ago, it was down to about $24. So if we're looking at it now, anyone that would invest in at $24 already made already doubled their money basically. They doubled it just like that. So it's really just like looking at the different things. And the reason that I'm really harping on the circulating supply is because we can look at XRP circulating supply, which is, I believe the max supply is about 99 to 100 billion coins. We actually look at Cardano right here, another big supply. You look at Tron, of course, a really big supply. So there's a lot of people, and I've always touched on this, but a lot of people say that XRP is going to be worth $10,000 a coin. But it really just wouldn't make sense, because if you look at the circulating supply, I would do it on a calculator, but my calculator would just go wild of how big this market cap would turn into. The market cap would turn into like a multi-trillion, quadrillion market cap. I mean, XRP, some people are really into it, but it's not that great. So, you really want to look at the circulating supply. With Circuit, the maximum supply is 3 billion coins. Again, a lot of people are like, 3 billion, oh my gosh, 3 billion. Wow, okay, well, I can look right here. XRP is currently at 44 billion. Okay, I can look here. Cardano is at 25, almost 26 billion. Of course, Tron is almost 67 billion. So, for people that think that it's out of the scope, that Circuit, something that's going to be used worldwide, with the worldwide utility, because it's a competitive racing coin. And, I mean, you can even like, I know Japan is a real big one, because everyone looks at it for like the Need for Speed perspective. But for a cryptocurrency that is used worldwide, 3 billion is a really healthy amount. Granted, the circulating supply is about 767 million. But again, by the time that I would say the next all-time high of Bitcoin were to break, we'd be closer to maybe a billion. So it's really important to look at the circulating supply. And another reason that I'm saying circulating supply is if you look at a lot of projects, you can look at Dinin, which is a big one. I think Dinin is really cool. That's just coming from someone that sees the project and what they're doing. Dinin is really cool. You can look at XP, but XP has really changed exponentially over the years. Like, really changed. Not for the better either. But you look at these projects actually went up to $1 billion market cap. If Circuit were today go up to $1 billion market cap, which is easy because not today, in the near future. I had to make sure I word that correctly. In the near future, when Bitcoin were to break the all-time high, is because if you're looking at $176 billion market cap for Bitcoin at the all-time high, you could easily be looking at, when it actually pushes through that, a $500 billion market cap. As Bitcoin breaks up into the market cap, then you're seeing all these other projects are following along with it because they're going up in value, especially ones that are paired with Bitcoin, which is pretty much all of them. Now, granted, there are like tokens and stuff that aren't, but for the most part, when all these others are moving up in market cap, all these others are following as they did in 2017. Then you can see $1 billion market cap. Don't get me wrong, it's still a good milestone, but it's not like, wow, $1 billion market cap as it is today. Just because I would say if Bitcoin were to break the all-time high in the near future, like next year, market cap supposedly goes up to 500 million, which is definitely possible if we keep the same variable of Bitcoin to altcoins. Then you could see the top 10 isn't primarily, let's say, composed of 1 billion market cap. It could be primarily comprised of, let's say, 10 billion or 20 billion, if not more. So then $1 billion would still be maybe the top 100. Maybe the top 100 you would start seeing $1 billion, if not like the top 75. Again, Circuit at this time, if it were to be $1 billion circulating supply, or I'm sorry, $1 billion coin circulating supply, then $1 billion would obviously mean that one coin in Circuit is worth $1. And that's why I believe it's quite straightforward of bringing Circuit to $1, is because all these other variables that take place. It's not so much I just look at a dartboard and have a dart in my hand, I close my eyes and I just throw it, and maybe it landed there, I don't know, maybe I accidentally hit somebody. But it's taking all these different variables of what's going to occur in the future and being able to place everything where I believe it would fit. Again, I don't know the future. Again, I don't know the future. I don't claim to know the future. I'm looking at how people are going to react. If we see everything going on in the world today, which I'm sure we all do, it wouldn't be so far-fetched to see that people are going to start to pull back from anything that is government controlled. And as we know, with the US dollar, let's just take the US for example. The US dollar obviously is controlled by the US government, which we've seen injection after injection of currency. Then obviously the dollar's value is going to go down. With that happening, there's a lot of things that could really take place. I mean, it depends how crazy we want to get. Print money, yeah, absolutely. It depends how wild you want to get in regards to, do we just want to look at like they're printing all the money, as Tim said. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I'm pretty sure it costs 2 pennies to make 1 penny. If you look at other countries, and I've been to quite a few of them, but look at other countries where they may have coins, but for the most part, they don't use coin, just because everything is rounded. So like, let's say, and again, this goes back to like the whole marketing scheme of, we'll sell to you for $4.95. Wow, that's way better than $5, but they will actually round it. So if something costs, like to us, if it costs $3.99, to them it'd be $4. Everything's just whole numbers. So you're not using all of this money to create this coin. It's just all the dollars that are printed. So, and that really adds up over time. It truly does. So yeah, I'm not quite sure when they will stop doing that. But yeah, so with Circuit hitting $1 a coin, basically in return, $1 billion market cap, like that is more than possible. It truly is. Now, granted, there's more variables that come into play, and back to the whole U.S. dollar thing, you could look at it as the U.S. dollar is being printed. It's really like just like inflation's really starting to get out of control, and then it kind of stops there. Or you could look at it as, well, everything's going on in the U.S. People don't really trust the government anymore, so they don't want to use something controlled by the government. Now they're looking at cryptocurrency, because who controls cryptocurrency? It's the people, and that's what it seems like what's going on in the world is people want to be free, and that's what cryptocurrency grants you, is freedom. It gives you freedom, like, solely. The prices, again, there are different variables that come into play in regards to people that may want to control certain prices and certain things. But for the most part, it's just people that make the price go up and down. So also, if you're looking at the US dollar going down in value because all the injections, the $1 trillion injections, then, it could even turn into, since the US dollar is going down, now the value of your home's going down. And now that home that you purchased for $300,000 is now worth $100,000. You're out $200,000. I'm pretty sure people would be a little upset about that. And again, that's the severity of it. Like, it could get to that point. Not saying it will. I'm just saying it could. Especially if they keep on doing the injections, and especially if everything continues the way that it is. It's not only going to be really a financial evolution in regards to going from USD to cryptocurrency. There's just going to be a lot of other changes that will take place. And another thing that was mentioned to me, and I think I mentioned this in another live stream, is people don't have to be okay. So there's several reasons to get into cryptocurrency. Everyone has their own reason, just like they have their own reason to do anything in this world. But some people look at it because they want to make money. Okay. Some people look at it because it's the new wave, in regards to maybe they're not happy with the control that they're under for government control. They don't like what's happening with the money that they're using that the government controls, because it's so diluted that it's not even worth the money it's printed on. There's a lot of reasons people get into cryptocurrency, but that's not to say that you have to be. And I think this is a misconception. A lot of people think if you don't believe in cryptocurrency, not saying I don't, but if you don't believe in cryptocurrency as the next big thing, then you shouldn't invest in it. And that's not true whatsoever. Everyone has their own reasons. I enjoy the return on investment for cryptocurrency. I think it's way more exciting than other investment routes. But I also believe in the new wave of basically, I guess you could say the money evolution, for lack of better words, but how it's changed over the years, from basically writing checks, which I think I've written like 2 in my lifetime. I want to win Lambo. Yeah, I mean, there's like I said with Circuit, if people that buy today and it were to go up to $1 billion market cap, you would be making over 16,000 times your money. We can see people online that are posting pictures of their Lambo, and they're saying, I bought this with $5 or like $10 or whatever. And basically what they're saying is, back in 2009 or 10 when they bought Bitcoin, $5 of it may have been like, I don't know, 200, 500 Bitcoin. And, at the time it was just like, whatever. But they're actually buying Lamborghinis with that $5 or $10 they initially invested in. So, and it's really going hand in hand with what Circuit is definitely looking to be. Yeah, with Circuit hitting the $1 billion market cap, which again, we've just covered why that's not far-fetched. A lot of people may think that, you have to, I don't know, I can't really think what people would say, because it all makes sense to me. But as Bitcoin's market cap goes up, all of these others' market caps go up. The top 10 is going to be comprised of people or projects that are 25 billion market cap plus, which would make sense, because as soon as Bitcoin breaks over and the market cap goes over $1 trillion, I think a lot of people's heads are going to turn. We're going to see hedge fund owners that are like, wow, let me get in on that. And with them come a lot of capital pushed into the cryptocurrency market. So along with them pushing capital into the cryptocurrency market, people are going to take wind of that, and they're going to see, wow, these hedge fund owners are now purchasing cryptocurrency. Also, the people that are actually using that hedge fund are now going to know that they have now invested in cryptocurrency, which in return is going to give them more reason to advocate for cryptocurrency, because if you're investing in something, I'm not sure why you would talk bad about it. So as they are now investing in cryptocurrency, are advocating for it, and I'm sure a lot of them have a good amount of capital. They probably have friends that have a lot of capital. And it's really just this snowball effect with all this capital that's being pushed into cryptocurrency for something that's still so young and isn't utilized on a daily basis, by the average Joe or however, and still almost hitting $1 trillion market cap. It's huge. Yeah. Buying Bitcoin and such because the returns won't be worth as much. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely possible. But I believe, the return on investment, as I've said, and as you mentioned, are definitely not as much as the others. But unfortunately, the top 10 and let's say the top 25 are the most highlighted ones. So we can see Bitcoin, Litecoin, not so much XRP, but those cryptocurrencies you can actually use like at overstock.com. Where else can you use? I mean, there's a lot of places you can actually buy that are like third party. Excuse me. But yeah, and it just becomes this wildfire of people advocating for cryptocurrency. One example I really like to use is, let me go ahead and switch over to District OX. So everyone knows District OX. Of course, I am pro District OX because I've been invested in it for so many years now. I guess I kind of have to be. But actually, wow, their volume, and this is one thing to look out for District OX. When their volume starts breaking over 1 million, like sometimes it'll hop up to 1 million, and then it will start to slow down a little bit and hop back up. That's kind of the initial shock of something to grow exponentially. It's not 100%, but for the most part, when you start seeing those spikes in volume, and I've seen this with a lot of other projects, you start seeing that spike in volume, and then slightly afterwards, you'll start seeing a big push. So let's go back to where it all started here. All right, so everyone should be able to see that. But so what occurred with District OX is, and this is just kind of advocating for the advocation of crypto. So when people are invested in something and people want it to go up, they're going to start talking about it. I mean, we see that all the time. It's not only for crypto, it's for other things as well. But for the most part, you can see, of course, communities, circuit community, Tron community, XRP community, not so much circuit community saying, certain stuff about price, but you'll see with Tron, people say Tron to $1 billion or whatever. But again, what it's doing is it's creating this advocation. So what happened in District OX is District OX actually filed a ICO. For anyone that's not familiar with an ICO, it's initial coin offering. They sold coin to people before it actually became public to other people to buy. And what occurred is when people bought into this ICO, they obviously want to make money because they gave money to people. Now they have this coin and they want to make a lot of money. So you see this huge round of advocation for it. And we can see right here that it started at 2 cents. So at 2 cents, and then we can see I'd say about 2 weeks later, if I can get my mouse on there. There we go. So in 2 weeks, it goes from 2 cents to 24, almost 25 cents. So 12 times your money. 12 times your money in about 2 weeks. So just imagine that on a large scale of cryptocurrency being advocated for in a positive light. I mean, we even saw it in 2017. In 2017, the huge push up, it just gives you an idea of how big cryptocurrency is, how big it can be. It looks like my computer froze on me, which is awesome. But that's really, again, why I'm pushing people to start their investments. Yes, Circuit is an amazing investment opportunity. I think I've covered that quite some time of where it could be, and not saying some blindsided $1 billion a coin, actually giving you someone that does a lot of analysis of an idea of why it would be that price, why everything fits together, not just some blindsided number, and even incorporating what's going to, I believe, occur in the future, incorporating that into Circuit as well. So now that we have, let's say in the future, the top 75 is $1 billion market cap, which is easily could happen. Circuit would be right there, $1 a coin, like right there, like it would probably be around 800 million if it were $1 coin at the time. But again, it'll start to continue to grow with the circulating supply. So $1 a coin, if you were to buy a coin today, 16 times that to make it $1, that would be a lot. Your $5 investment would turn into $80,000. So people ask me, what's the next Bitcoin? That sounds like the next Bitcoin to me. Thinking about it now. I didn't actually think about that. Yeah, wow, okay. Not bad. But yeah, so again, I am really happy and really excited to see that the masternodes are about to break over 100. Too bad I can't be a masternode. Yeah, we really want to continue to expand it where people that solely have mobile devices are able to reap the benefit of the Circuit blockchain. Again, it is really about finding. It's unfortunate what happened to Simple POS. It could happen to any of the staking pools, really. But what was interesting is the individual that told me about Simple POS actually told me that he did back work on their network in regards to showing where their weaknesses were. They knew about their weaknesses from the individual that told me this, which I pretty much believe what this individual told me. They knew about their weaknesses they had in the infrastructure, but they did not want to change it. So, or they didn't want to pay for it. So, sometimes you have to make sure that people's investments are protected. And sometimes it does cost money, especially if you want a good security team. But, so we'll continue to look for, strong staking pools. I can definitely promise that. Let's go over to, the profit calculator. A lot of people really like this, and I think it's really cool as well. But basically, you can see if you're staking, how much your return for, like, let's say this is a masternode 500,000 circuit, what your return on investment would be. So you can see with the masternode is 506. If you're staking and it's compounding, it's almost 225%. So just little things like that. Again, it's not the only way to get more circuit. You can use the faucet. We do have a promo code of circuit 10,000, all caps. You would place it in the promo code area right here. Claim up to an additional 500 circuit. Also, you can, if you join our Discord will be raining circuit. And this is periodic, sometimes more or less than other times, but if you join the Circuit Discord, which is in the description below, and you do, you go over to the bot, you type dot or period, register, then you will get a wallet within the Discord of Circuit, and that wallet will periodically gain Circuit. I was actually looking at someone that was checking their balance, and their balance was like thousands. Like, people can really gain a lot of Circuit very quick from that method. So if you're wanting to gain it that way, if you want to do it in the faucet, there's so many different routes you can go about it. But yeah, so again, really excited for the future. Let me go ahead and show the concept art. So we do have the 3 vehicles right here, Audi, Porsche, and we do have the Corvette. Again, this is the concept art to really showcase the 3 vehicles that will be raced. People can select to race these. I'm really excited for it. The project is just truly just so much fun. It really is. I never thought that I would be with a project where racing is just to have fun is the primary concept. Like, you just normally when you think of being with a project, it's just work, which again, circuit is a lot of work, but when you actually are playing Forza, going around the track, racing with other people, and all the crashes that happen. Like, me and Dan were crashing into each other. Like, the vehicles, I think at one point, I forget what was occurring, but when I was going, Dan got beside me, and I hit into a cinder block. It basically, my vehicle wouldn't go over like 20 miles per hour after that, but it was just a really good time, and it's going to be very enjoyable to watch. So really excited for that to launch. Again, we do have the games that can be purchased with Circuit. We do have the merchandise that you can purchase. You can just select anywhere in here, and it will take you over to that shop. And then, of course, the main page. If anyone has any questions whatsoever, please let me know. I think we gave a very in-depth analysis of cryptocurrency. What I believe that we will see in the near future, what can definitely occur. And like I'm telling you, like, cryptocurrency is probably, well, actually it is. Bitcoin is the best investment of the decade. But I will say cryptocurrency in general, there's so much more that it can be. There's just so much more potential. There's so much money that can be made. And everyone has their own reasons to join cryptocurrency. Don't get me wrong. Some want just to make money, which, okay. Some people want to take over the world. Okay. Everyone has their own reasons. But I will say from the investing point of view that there's just so much potential. I mean, truly, especially from the people that want to just buy into a cryptocurrency and hold it. This is definitely the best route to go. The stock market, even though I've dealt in the stock market, is not the best route to go if you just want to buy and hold. Compared to cryptocurrency, definitely not. Cryptocurrency is the greatest investment that I believe we'll ever see in our lifetimes. Legit investment. I had to put that there. Yeah, some people would come back with something else, but can we stake Circuit to other master node? No. So the way that a master node works, you would have your desktop wallet, and basically you're hooking it to a VPS. That VPS is running 24/7, and for it running 24/7, that's actually locking it in their wallet. There's a lot of routes that you can go if you want to. People may not know, but we do have online games. We have a dice game and a will game. There's people that actually made a lot of Circuit on there, but again, you could lose it, so I'm not saying go that route. But there are a lot of routes to go. We'll continue, and I promise we'll continue to look into the staking pools. I know a lot of people want to reap the benefit of the blockchain rewards, and I completely understand that. So we will continue to look into that. But in the meantime, you wouldn't be able to hook it into a master node, unfortunately, now. I lost a lot at dice game. Yeah, and like the right now, the price that Circuit's at 1 sat is like the lowest it can be, for the most part. And we can even think of stories where people lost like 10,000 Bitcoin back in 2009. And like, again, in 2009, it wasn't a big deal. You lost 10,000 Bitcoin. Who cares? Just take $5 and go get some more. Now we're like, oh my goodness, 10,000 Bitcoin. But, even though you may have lost some at the dice game, there's always that opportunity to get more of Circuit. And again, Circuit is a utility coin. So there's a lot of different uses for it, not just the investing aspect of it. Again, I think a lot of people want to make money in cryptocurrency, but there are, again, so many things you can do with it. You can buy Steam games, you can buy gift cards. Those are the two big things right now. In the near future, when the circuit hosted races do take place, you will be able to basically, circuit will be integrated into the races. I can't really cover why, or I'm sorry, I can't cover how it will be, but you'll be able to use your circuit during this race, and it'll be really fun. It really will be. There's again a lot that is occurring in the planning stages. We're currently speaking with someone right now in regards to the hosting, but it's going to be really exciting. It truly is. As we may have already known, the wraps, and I mean you can see the wraps here, but the wraps that are in Forza 7 and Forza Horizon have over, and in one game alone, have over 550 downloads. So people see these wrap and they really love it. And it's really, I mean, it is really clean. This is definitely great graphic work from Dan. So, and it really shows a lot of people are downloading it, and they may not even be familiar with what circuit is. They just see this really cool design and they want it for their vehicle. So, Dan again does a really great job when it comes to the designs being very attractive to the eye. Again, Digi does phenomenal in security. He does excellent work in infrastructure. Couldn't be more happy being on a team with us too. Again, our staff team is phenomenal. Thank you, Mazu. Yeah, the staff team is phenomenal, truly. Couldn't be more thankful. I really couldn't. There's a high level, I wouldn't say of expectation, but I would say there's a high level of professionalism in circuit. I think it's different than 95% of cryptocurrency projects that you'll see out there. And the reason I say that is because we don't have to do something. So thank you. We don't have to do something. We really, when we focus our mind on it, we really go in 150%. And, that's really just a showcase to the community. Again, the professionalism, and that we are willing to go that additional step, that additional mile to really make it a great project and a great time for people. It is stated in the white paper for Circuit that we are here to give the highest level, the pinnacle of entertainment to the racing audiences. So right now, you see the graphic work, you see everything really coming together. You can see the return on investment is really, really up there. And then now with this new incorporation of the Saturday Night Circuit hosted races, it really just showcases the racing aspect of it. I mean, that's really what it is. So we were with a primary sponsor on an iRacing event, the Tar Heel Classic V150, which is really awesome. That's the first time that I've known, and anyone that I've spoken with know, of a cryptocurrency project being the primary sponsor of an iRacing event. So that's the second time that Circuit's made history. But just going forward, it's really going to be a lot more of the racing aspect, and really getting the drivers together, everyone together to just have a great time and enjoy the project. With the staff team, with the team overall, there's so much work that's done on the back end. I think sometimes we kind of forget that there is fun in the project, because we're constantly working towards something, and that's a great thing. I also believe it's very important to celebrate the victories, but not be caught up in the victories. If you celebrate the victories, I believe it's a good motivation, good morale boost, but don't get caught up in it of, wow, we did this, oh my goodness, okay, well, we can take a breather now. I don't believe in that, because there's always another level we can push it to. And I think we definitely owe it to the circuit community to really grow this. I've talked to Tim, or Volatility Trading, quite a few times in regards to circuit, and he's always coming back with the same thing of he really believes in this project, and he did state get circuit to a dollar, which I don't blame him. I mean, that's a really cool milestone. I believe that's a really big milestone for circuit, is getting to $1 billion market cap. But in doing so, it takes the whole community to get it there. It's not just one person. This project is not just one person. It's an entire community. So all of us working together, I know we can get there, and full faith, truly. So let's go ahead and launch our second and final. Let me mention this before. There will be a giveaway that's taking place on Twitter. I'm currently speaking with a few different individuals to host this giveaway, but there will be a giveaway that is hosted on Twitter in regards to breaking over 4,000 followers. If anyone is not familiar, we have reached over to, that's not working right now, perfect. So, actually that's not working either. I'm not sure why. So we are up to 285 subscribers on YouTube and up to, I believe, 4,028 followers on Twitter. I'm not sure why the plugins are not working, but who knows with my internet. So, but again, a big thank you to everyone that is following us on Twitter, that is subscribed to the YouTube channel. Again, moving into the future, I highly recommend everyone follow us on Twitter. Reason being, that's going to be a big area where all of our information will be pushed to. Also, other social media outlets in regards to the Discord, the Facebook, but Twitter is the primary, and it really has always been the primary. Definitely, Mazu. Yeah, together, definitely. It's really, like, I keep saying it, but just so much potential, and just there's just been so much planning that's gone into this project. Yeah, absolutely. There's been so much planning that's gone into this project, but there's just so many there's so many advantages that we have that really just push us above other projects. The untapped market of the competitive racing industry, the amount of time that the founding members have dealt in cryptocurrency. I think altogether we're over 10 years. Myself 3, and then 7 years split among the others. And then the staff team, just how phenomenal they are. Thank you, Mazu. All right, so let's go ahead and launch the other $5 Bitcoin giveaway. I think I did delete the number generator. So at this time, if you could please post a number between 1 and 100. So a number between 1 and 100. And let me go ahead and bring this over. There we are. Okay. All right, so if you could post a number between, as always, thank you, Queen Kitten. Everywhere, please post a number between 1 and 100. This will be for the $5 in Bitcoin. Whoever is the closest, as always, will win $5 in Bitcoin. Again, this will be the last one of the Bitcoin giveaways in regards to the circuit live streams. Now, of course, there's always going to be giveaways that take place on the Twitter, so definitely follow us on Twitter. And when the hosted races take place, there will be other giveaways to take place. So, yeah, just making sure to mention all of that. And yeah, definitely a privilege being here with everyone. Definitely an honor to be on the team. And, definitely looking forward to the future. And, I hope the analysis have helped. I know it may be a little advanced for people that's not familiar with cryptocurrency, but I try to break it down as much as I can. So thank you, Tim. And if anyone has any questions whatsoever, please let me know. You can message us on Twitter. You can message us in the Discord. We definitely want to hear if you have any suggestions, if you have any feedback. anything whatsoever. So please post a number again between 1 and 100. This will be for the $5 in Bitcoin, and I already have this up right here, so it'll be generating one random number between 1 and 100. So we'll give it a few minutes and wait for all the numbers to come in. Okay, so we have Soryu with 60. Thank you, Mazu. Yeah, it's definitely going to be different. You know, I'll definitely miss the live streams, but you know, I'll definitely be back. It's not forever. We have Amazu 44, Queen Kitten is at 20. Additionally, this isn't guaranteed, but I may have the ability to do live video of giving updates from where I am. Again, not promised, but I would still like to, you know, definitely be able to answer any questions or give as much information as possible. Of course, there will be the newsletter. So if you aren't subscribed to the newsletter, it is free. It is in the description. If you're not following us on Twitter, again, it's free. It's in the description. But all right, so we'll give it another 60 seconds. We currently have 60, 44, 20. And we'll close out voting very shortly. Yeah, absolutely, Mazu. Yeah, we'll definitely keep everyone updated as we go. The circuit races are going to be really cool. I'm really excited for that. All right, so let's do voting ended. All right, so again, we have 60, 44, 20. This is for $5 in Bitcoin. This is going to generate one random number between 1 and 100. And let's go ahead and click it. 49. Wow, so Amazu was almost on 49 with 44. Congratulations to Amazu for winning $5 in Bitcoin. At your earliest convenience, please send me your Bitcoin address, and I'll make sure that's sent right after the live stream. Also, we will be spinning the wheel. I know Soryu is here with us, Amazu is, and I think Volatility is. So we'll go ahead and spin the circuit wheel. I believe I already have the addresses saved. If everyone still has their same circuit address. But for everyone that is here, they will be getting 1,000 circuit to start off. We will spin the circuit wheel. We'll give it one last spin. Again, this isn't forever. I will be back, you know, of course, but for the time being. So let's go ahead and go over to our wheel setup. Oh, the plugin isn't working. Let's see. Let me see if I can find that. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, for some reason my plugins are not working. No worries, we'll switch it up. So for Soryu, Amazu, Queen Kitten, I don't believe has a circuit address. But everyone that is here, instead of doing the 1,000, we'll be sending over 2,500 circuit to each of you. So thank you so much for being here. We definitely wanted to give circuit for this last live streaming time for the question and answer. But we will be sending over 2,500 circuit to each of you. And also congratulations to Queen Kitten and Amazu for winning the $5 in Bitcoin. Which is definitely awesome. Really excited to see that. Love giving back to the community. Again, really excited for us that we did break over the 10,000 community payouts in the Circuit Faucet program. If you have not already, use promo code all caps circuit 10,000. You'll win up to an additional 500 circuit in the promo code area. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, very excited to do it. If anyone has any last questions, please let me know. We'll go ahead and do closing remarks, any last questions anyone has, and then and we'll be closing it out. So to look forward in the near future is going to be the hosted races. That's going to be a really big thing. Updates will continually come through social media, and yeah, definitely a lot to look forward to. So I hope everyone enjoyed the cryptocurrency analysis. It's very in-depth, but hopefully gave a good idea of really projecting cryptocurrencies of where they can be in the near future. Of course, there are things that can occur that would change it dramatically, but the way that we're going, cryptocurrency is definitely looking more attractive to a lot more people. Excuse me. So let me go ahead and go through the... Oh, thank you, Mazu. Go ahead and take that. All right, I have it. All right, let's go through the drivers that are sponsored by Circuit. We do have 3223 Racing. This is comprised of David, Christine, and DJ. They run both the sports truck and the sports 4. Definitely phenomenal drivers. We do have Mike Belanger. He is part of 3223 Racing. He does their sports truck. Definitely a great guy. Truly pro circuit, which is definitely awesome to see. I'm very thankful to him. Scott Dinin does run the Legend car. He is the number 95 NX Southeast. Again, this was the first driver that was sponsored by Circuit, and it's really phenomenal to have him a part of the team. Angela does run a dragster. Her racing bio is in the link in the description. You can actually go over to her. She is at the Circuit website. You'll go over to the partners, go down to drivers, and you'll see her under the dragster tab. Again, what she's achieved in her career is just phenomenal. Trent Goodrow, he does the number 31 late model stock car, but in addition to that, he actually is an iRacing driver. Definitely phenomenal driver. He did take place in the Circuit-sponsored Taro Classic V150, and definitely a great guy. A lot of potential come from him in the near future, and a lot more achievements and milestones to come through. So Rob Moore is open modified, primarily pure stock driver. By far the best looking helmet I've seen in the game. Christian West is the in-house iRacing driver. Very young driver, I believe 16, 17, but has achieved so much, and again has really just demonstrated that there's a lot to come from this young man in the near future. So very excited and very blessed to have all of those drivers on the Circuit team. Let's see. What's he doing? Live streams and playing on the racing games. Yeah. It'll be different, but it's not for good. They'll start up again. We'll go back just to normal how it is, and the motocross game. Yeah. Those are definitely Forza. Yeah, they're definitely great times. But truly thankful to everyone that does tune in and has tuned in for the Circuit Saturday night live streams. Definitely a great time. If you ever want to reach me, of course, my personal email is jonathan@circuit-society.io. So that is my personal email address. So if you ever need anything whatsoever, you can always email that address. Also, you can find me on the Discord. And if you want to send a message to Twitter, then I am also there as well. So if you ever need anything, if you ever have any questions, please let me know. Yeah, absolutely, Mazu. Yeah, thank you to everyone, definitely. But yeah, again, I keep harping on this, but be on the lookout for the Saturday night hosted races. That's going to be a really big thing, bringing all the drivers together, and I think it's going to be a really great time for everyone. So really excited for that. If you have any questions whatsoever, you can always post it within the comment section on this live streaming video, or reach out anyway. I just want to make sure everyone is aware that they can reach out to us any way they want to. We're more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. Definitely stay safe out there. There's a lot occurring in the world. Yeah, definitely. So thank you so much to everyone for having me. Definitely an honor, a privilege to be here. Very excited. Definitely don't take the community for granted. Don't take anyone for granted. Definitely stay safe to everyone. A lot of stuff is occurring in the world, but just make sure that you're being safe and taking care of yourself. Again, thank you all so much for your time, for being here, being a part of the Circuit family. I truly do appreciate it, and I definitely promise to see you in the near future. Go back to this and again in the near future. So I'll make sure to keep everyone updated. But as far as that, I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you and take care.